Normally what they do is they just put no charges. Whatever you say,
As we gather in the chapel here in the old Maiden's day, I take the bell, each passing beat, what will they say we fade from our school days? They had taught us we must care for liberty.
took up her spin on the Kinnegad Road and because she effing flew. Oh, my little Honda 50, she's rapid and she's nifty. She'll do 150 any day. My little Honda 50 is a nitro and she's shifty. Get me away from the garden any day. Well, I drove her into Newbridge, looking for a couple of parts. Allied wheels, a sat nav, and a new push button start. Heading down to Robertstown for the lingo and the beer. Coming down the hill of Allen, she got the tongue in second gear. Oh, my little Honda 50, she's rapid and she's nifty. She'll do 150 on a windy day. Oh, my little Honda 50, with a nitro and she's shifty. Get me away from the garden any day. I was going down the corridor, going loose and slow. Who pulled in behind me? Sergeant Kelly, don't you know? I says, oh fuck, just me luck, and I hit the nitro hard. By the time the squad hit buckets across, I had a park in Brady's yard. Oh, my little Honda 50, she's rapid and she's 50. She'll do 150 on a windy day. Oh, my little Honda 50 is a nitro and she's shifty. She'll get me away from the garden any day. There.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again I want you to put your hands together for the Lord Mayor of Ballyfermot, Tony Dealish.
Good morning. Let's go here. Yeah.
Let's show you.
You ready?
Currently in with Joe, something quarter on an air school show at Yola Imagine. It's more on our office and privilege home station in a minute. Councillor Jackson, Deputy Reid Smith, members of Ballyfermot Heritage group, ladies and gentlemen. Huge honour and privilege for me to be here this morning to launch the map that's clear. An awful lot of work is the walking trail, the map and boy. I know that it only goes halfway up, so us poor people who are living up in Armagh Road aren't included. But we'll forgive you on that for a while, alright? I have to admit, it's great to see. Look, for a long time I've really admired the work that the guys do. Going back to when I was a teenager, and I know Ken started putting pictures up on Flickr and things like that. And I got to go in and see some of the images of my family. And you know, we found some of my Uncle Larry as a baby who's since passed on. There was some of my granddad with football teams with Ballyfermot United and all. And ever since then, I really admired the work that you do. We've been in touch over the years. And to be here this morning launching a map of the Ballyfermot, the walking trail, it's great for people to know what they can go and do to get out on that walk. It's great to have the information that everything's in it. I know Sean is going to give us a little more detail on that. But just to say, for me to be here in Ballyfermot Library, where we spent many days, some of which when we were getting thrown out and everything by security probably wasn't the best, but as I said, it's such an honour and a privilege to be back in Ballyfermot this morning, and thanks very much for the invite to come out. I know we moved it slightly early just to accommodate a few bits and pieces, so I really appreciate that. I think we all know Ballyfermot's a great community, it's great people that live here. Sometimes, you know, incidents happen across the place that gives it a bit of a bad reflection maybe in the media, but I think all of us know that's not necessarily the place that we live in, it's not the place we call home. Like, as regards to community and as regards to people, there's no better place, I don't think, in Dublin that you can live, for the simple reason, and you see the faces, everybody's right across Ballyfermot, looking in on their neighbours, looking in on their friends, looking in on some of the elderly and things like that. There's a couple of things I want to do throughout the year, and I said out in stone, we've been working hard in recent weeks. We want to make Ballyfermot, well, not just Ballyfermot, but Dublin, a city of kindness, something that's a little bit, we can all be a little bit nicer to one another. Kindness isn't it's not a passive word. You can't sit on a couch at home and be kind. It's action orientated. And when you look across, so what we're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks, reaching out to schools and asking teachers to engage in kindness with kids, getting kids to sign up to acts of kindness, have them into the mansion house, come out and visit the schools. From a community perspective, I met with Miriam during the week, but how can we get, community events that we can talk about getting to know your neighbours, getting to be a little bit kinder, and then only recently I met the CEO of Alone. Just over 20% of the population of Dublin is north of 60. There's people in our community that we need to call into, we need to look after. Loneliness and isolation is a big, big issue. So working on some of these things. To sit here this morning, I wish you all well. I know you're coming into the Mansion House in a couple of weeks as well, and we're going to have a bit of a night and a bit of a celebration. But congratulations, I think the map is absolutely terrific, and I think I'm going to call on Sean who might give us a few words a little about the map.
Thank you very much. And we really appreciate you coming out this morning to us. Just a few words on the map. Some of you know that over the years we've had a few walking trails, and they were always greatly supported, and we got great feedback from them. But unfortunately not everybody can walk around. So we decided to do a map, and this came about 18 months ago when we were deciding, what are we going to do for our 20th anniversary. So for 20 years we're going, and I got the idea to do a map. Now I started off doing a map, and I had 5 or 6 prototypes, but I wasn't happy with them. So then I came across a map for Rath Mines, and it was done by Dublin City Council, and I said, right, that's what we want. So I arranged a meeting with Miriam and Scott up in the city centre, and they thought it was a good idea. They said there was funding there for the map, so that's where it all started. So we got the templates for the map, and unfortunately, I just remarked that Cherry Orchard, we only got as far as the civic centre. So maybe you might be able to do something now. We could only have 15 places, so maybe we can extend that to Cherry Orchard, because there are far more than 15 places of interest in Ballyfermot. We all know that. But unfortunately, we could only pick out 15. So after we got the 15 picked out, we had to get photographs. We had a lot of the photographs were in our heritage archives, but unfortunately they were old photographs, and they weren't suitable for printing. They had to be high definition for printing. So we got some of them turned into high definition, and for the remainder of the photographs, Susan Plummer went round and took them for us. So big thank you to Susan for doing that. Then came to the description. So I wrote out the history of each site, which we have in our heritage archives. It's just a matter of putting them all together. But as it turned out, they were probably 5 minutes long, and there was probably 200 to 300 words in them. And when I checked up, I was told, no, we can only have a brief description of the site. So that's where we sent all the stuff to Cathy Scuffle, who's with us here today. Cathy is the historian in resident in Dublin City Council, so thank you, Cathy, for all your help. Cathy put it all down for me, and we just have a brief description. So that was the map. I was delighted with that. And then again I thought, I'm only 95% happy with it, because there's so much history we have, and it's not really in the map. So what we decided to do was, I got in touch with Dave Duggan. Dave is here also. Dave is our website designer. So we got in touch with Dave, and I said, can we put an interactive map on our website? So people can go onto it, just click one of the numbers on the sites, and they get a full explanation of the history of that particular area. Right, so I'll hand you over to Dave. So how to get onto the site, first of all, we have, on the map you will see there's a QR code. Now the handiest way to get onto our website is if you just scan that QR code, it'll bring you straight onto our website. If not, excuse me, if you just type in Ballyfermot Heritage, type in www.ballyfermotheritage.com. It's all one word. Type it in and this is our home page. When you get to our home page, go ahead Dave.
You can also find it on Google or any of the search engines. Just type in Ballyfermot Heritage Group and it should come up on the top of the page. So yeah. So basically, this is a redesign of a website that myself and Sean done, I think it was about 4 years ago now. So I'm not going to bore you with the intricacy of the website. I'm just kind of going to go into some of the new features that we have. So as you can see, it's kind of a little bit more stylish. I don't know if anybody has seen the prior website. It was a bit aged from 4 years ago. So as Sean said, we now have an interactive map. So I won't go on to it because I will just play I won't go on to the videos because we'll just play the videos very loud. So if you want to go on to it, you just basically, when you're on the front page, it's just right up the top, and you go to View our Walking Tool, and it brings you straight in to the Walking Tool page. Yeah.
So as you can see now, this is the map you have here in your hand, and each of the places is all numbered from 1 to 15. You go from the 7 Oaks onwards, right up Ballyfermot Road, up to California Hills, back down to the Civic Centre, the library, back down to the old graveyard, number 14, and number 15 is the railway bridge on Leafview Road. So all you do is click on any number.
Want me to click it?
Click a number.
It basically brings you straight to YouTube. So it just basically tells you, Sean, if you want to tell them what the video is all about.
Stop.
Yeah. So it's just basically, okay.
The Convent House is one of the oldest houses in Ballyfermot. It was built in 1870. The original family who owned the house on Sarsfield Road came from Seven Oaks in Kent, England. Hence the name Seven Oaks. CIE Workmen's Corps bought the house from the family for one of their chief engineers and his family. In June 1951, the Little Sisters of the Assumption purchased the house from CIE. The people of the ranch in Ballyfermot have fond memories of the Little Sisters. They were the first community of sisters to move into the community and take its residence. The parish of Ballyfermot was just being established, as families were just moving into the area and unemployment was a big problem. Many of the husbands had to go to England to find work, and that meant that the mothers were left alone to raise their families. The sisters' main work included births, but they also carried out night duties as well as looking after the sick and the dying of the parish. In the convent there was mass every weekend, and one of the altar boys was a lad called Dermot Martin, who lived in the houses beside the convent. Dermot later became the Roman Catholic Archbishop of Dublin and Primate of all Ireland. The sisters also saw firsthand the community working for each other, by sharing their allowance with neighbours, and neighbours would in turn share with them. Sadly, tragedy hit the community of Little Sisters in October 1965, when Sister Brendan Mary on her parish call was involved in a collision with a car and a van while riding a motor scooter at the junction of Culmore Road and Lamlin Road. She died shortly after admission to hospital. Two of the Little Sisters still live and work in the parish to this day.
So that's just a brief idea of the history. You can go into any of the numbers, or you can start at 1 and go all the way through to 15. So,
Yeah.
I think that explains it. Is there any questions, anybody? I think it's fairly simple to get into. As Dave said, if you go to Google, put in Ballyfermot Heritage, our website will come up.
There is one more new feature that we have, and I think I proposed it to Sean a couple of months ago about kind of the community kind of interacting with yourselves, and, you know, and kind of having that kind of part on the website. So what we have here is submission forms. So if you have any kind of videos that you basically want to submit to Ballyfermot Heritage, if you have any photos for Ken and his Flickr, any kind of audio stuff for, you know, anything related to Ballyfermot, or you have a story, there's basically a page here that you can fill in the information, you can upload the files, and then that gets sent to Sean and the gang at the Heritage Group, and then they can upload it to Flickr, or they can upload it to the website. Many videos that are up on the website already. And, yeah, so that's that section here. So it's basically kind of, you know, you're able to connect a lot more with the Heritage Group as well. So I hope people can utilise this section as well. So.
That's great. So I'd just like to thank Dave for coming on the line. I hope you enjoyed the map. You can go through it at your own leisure. And thank you for listening. And once again, thanks to Laura Dublin, Dahi Russia, one of our own. Thank you very much.
Just one last thing. It's also available on mobile devices, so if you're on your phone or whatever, you can actually, you know, view the videos that Sean uploads all the time. So if that's the kind of means that you kind of view the internet, you can do so. There you go.
So I'll hand you back to Joe.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Lord Mayor. Fantastic. Listen, folks, the residents, we're going to have a little tea break, so I just want to make your way into the kitchen. Have some tea or coffee or soft drink or biscuit or something. And we'll be back on in about, Ken, how long are we back? About half an hour?
Look at the agenda.
I think it's all mixed up.
Maybe just shout anyway when you're having your
2 o'clock. No, it's 2 o'clock.
No, it's not. 1:45. 1:45.
About a quarter to 2. About a quarter to 2 to come back when we get to Dave now. Thanks very much.
Me Christmas turkey rolled and stuffed in McLaughlin's. Me ma sent me up to McLaughlin's when I was 12 years old to buy £1.50 of mint before it was all feckin' sold. As I was walking up the road, I met the girl I fancy calling. I asked her out, she asked me where. I said, McLaughlin's, McLaughlin's. Well, she slapped me hard across the face and she walked away from me. I said, please hold your horses, just you wait and see. So I took her up to McLaughlin's and I showed her all around. She says, you're right, those rashes are nice, won't you buy me a couple of pounds? McLaughlin's, McLaughlin's. Oh, I used to find me rashes in McLaughlin's. Me Christmas turkey rolled and stuffed in McLaughlin's, McLaughlin's. Inch by inch, 5 by 5, brick by brick. So I'd like to thank you, Tommy Phelan, Mary and Bob Keogh, Peter and Pam O'Reilly, Lily and John Sweeney, and John Norton, and the keepers of the flame in the Heritage Society. We built it up, brick by brick. It didn't build itself. We had to fight for it. They called us bad, 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 but we weren't having it. Inch by inch, 5 by 5, brick by brick. Mary, she lived next door. At school we were in the same class. She was good at Irish and Spanish and I was good at maths. She couldn't get a job when she left school. All the doors were closed. So she put her foot through the telly and said, feck that for a game of dominoes. So she fecked off to Canada. She fecked off to Canada, faster than a hot snot. She fecked off to Canada and she never came home. And she never came home. And she never came home. And she never came home.
I have 20 pounds in store, that's not all, that's not all. I have 20 pounds in store, that's not all. I have 20 pounds in store and I'll rob us 20 more. When the rich must help the poor, so must I, so must I. And the rich must help the poor, so must I. I think I know for the room, for a little higher, I know for the room, for a little higher. He's got no for the room, he's lost his finger, maybe the young and old man. George in the room now. When we went to George being young, and when we went to George, he left me in the door. Hey, like a young and old man. And here it is. Because we don't know for the room, for a little higher, we don't know for the room, for a little higher. He's got no for the room, he's lost his savior among. Hey, you're young and old man, old man. When he said to the big machine, our headed and just my head more, our power and chickadee. And in the evening after the fire, it came to the dinner, we out the house. I hit the book that sang bells for the house.
See the child with the golden hair and eyes that show the emptiness inside. just how he feels, or have we even tried? See him there as he stands alone and watches children play a children's game. A simple child, he looks almost like the others, yet they know he's not the same. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not his simplicity, oh no, oh no. See him stare, not recognizing that kind face that only yesterday he loved. The loving face of a mother who can't understand what she's been guilty of. How she cried tears of happiness the day the doctor told her it's a boy. Now she cries tears of helplessness and thinks of all the things he can't enjoy. My youngest son came home today. His friends marched with him all the way. The pipes and drums beat out the time, as in his box of polished pine, like dead meat on a butcher's tray. My youngest son came home today. My youngest son was a fine young man, with a wife, a daughter and 2 sons. A man he would have lived and died, but by a bullet sanctified. Now he's a saint, or so they say. They brought their saint home today.
'Tis the song, the sign of the weary. Join me. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music light and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading lips will say, oh, hard times, come again no more. Here's the song, the sign of the weary. Hard times, come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. I wish I was home again, at home in my heart again. It's been a long time since my heart talked to me, wasting my precious days, wishing my life away. If wishes were fishes, we'd all cast nets in the sea. And I wish I was young again, my song still to be sung again. The sweet tunes of my life have gone sour and off key, writing my tired old rhymes, trying to turn back time. If wishes were fishes, we'd all cast nets in the sea. I've got him in the alleyway and I battered him inside out. Oh, he gave out many a curse and swear till he was dead, I'm sure. Then I lifted up the manhole cover and dropped him down the sewer. Now when the Nazi heard of this, she made me life a hell. So all for the sake of peace and quiet, I did her in as well. And now I'm up before the judge to answer for me crimes. Says see, I didn't mind the first time, son, but not the second time. Oh, it's all for the love of this fair young maid and a Portuguese sailor boy. It's all for this crime of passion. I've landed in Mountjoy, and if I ever get out of here, I'll change me ways, you'll see, and I'll marry a man from Ballyfermot who would look at Portuguese.
You were young and in the farm, and the way that you met me, and all the things you saw, tell us all about the things you do. But I close my eyes and brush the years away, and everything to say as yesterday. And how could I forget that summer when we met in Dublin town in 1962. Are you ready? You go back. All the days were sunny, all the skies were blue in Dublin town in 1962. Like today, we pass the time away, like letters, there's a sound. Come on, keep going. And I cry. There's a sound. Lovely. You made a vow that you would always be true, but somehow, and I found, and there's nothing left to me out of my heart. When I cried each time I saw the tide take her off letters and I'll be faithful, darling. Why wait? It's summer, I can say, I know I miss you. Have a wonderful time, but just remember, darling. Oh, I'll be lonely, I'll be blue, but I promise I'll be true. Though I miss you, have a wonderful time, but just remember, darling. You never know just how much I love you. You never know just how much I care. I was a child, I still couldn't hide my love for you. You want to know, why haven't I told you so? A million times you went away and my heart, and when you of her charm. Because I want a girl to call my own. I want a real lover, so I don't have to dream alone. A real lover, what are you? A real lover, oh so true. And that I can hold. A real lover is I go on because I want a girl to call my own. I want a real lover, so I don't have to dream alone. Roddy, 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 someday I don't know how I can hear my plea. Someway I don't know how but she'll bring her love to me. I will never until then I go sleep and dream again. That's the only thing to do. To love my lover, to make me feel because I want a girl to go. I want a good lover, so I don't have to dream alone. So Roddy, 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 someday I don't know how I hope she'll hear my plea. Someday I don't know how it's she'll bring her love to me. But we will not till then go to sleep and dream again. That's the only thing to do. To love my lover, to make me feel because I want a girl to call my own. I want a real lover, so I don't have to dream alone. West Coast party in one. Girl, you not know. Let's get right down the top. Oh, girl, you not know. That love it. I'm turning in my bed. Let's walk, let's talk. Oh, girl, you not know. You look so lovely. Oh, girl, you not know. You got something so right. Oh, girl, you not know. I wanna tell you that I love you. I want you in my bed. You know, let's walk, let's talk. Oh, girl, you not know. I wanna talk sweet. I wish you could give me your ear. Oh, yeah. I wanna tell you all the things I know you love to hear. Let's go party in the night. Oh, girl, you not know. Let's get right down the top. Oh, girl, you not know. I wanna tell you that I love you. I want you in my bed. Let's walk. Oh, girl, you not know. I see that sun is shining, but I will make it blue. Whatever time. Let's see it. And it's high, oh, everybody. And where you go now, lady, I see that sun is shining, but I will make it blue. Whatever time.
You haven't put all those mats. Yeah, they want the sound. I've got a
I'm singing now, but she might hear you. You're saying, Lolly. Lolly. Right, G. This is for Lolly, yeah? My eyes
million miles away from me, you couldn't see I adore you. So close, and yet so far. I carry your boots from school, playing little money to do. You were 15, I was 6, when we came to be. Walking home every day, oh, who thought it could be just a baby? She was ruined too, and me and you went our separate ways. My eyes adore you, so whenever they got hand on you, my eyes adore you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see I adore you. So close, and yet so far.